Many weeks now, we have been noticing an outcry regarding the situation in Aleppo, Syria. News reports, social media campaigns, and articles have been highlighting the struggles of the Syrian people. We, as human beings, should be concerned, because this is not a matter of politics or a matter of religion. This is simply wanting peace for our fellow human beings. Very briefly, here is what is going on in Aleppo, Syria. In 1970, Hafez al-Assad forced himself into power. In this time, Syrians had a limited freedom of expression, and he had his critics. In the year 2000, his son Bashar al-Assad came into power, and many hoped that he would bring political change. He himself was a Shiite, while his wife was a Sunni. Later, his critics say that he did not in fact bring much change. Before the war started, the Sunni Muslims were 74% and the Shiites were 13%. The rest were Druze and different types of Christians. In the spring of 2011, many Syrians started protesting against the government in a movement across the Middle East known as the Arab Spring. The government and the protesters eventually started clashing, and this erupted into a war. There was the army of the government, the rebel groups, and many other groups emerged. In a nutshell, here are the main forces that are fighting in Syria today. The government of Bashar al-Assad is fortified by the Syrian army and is supported mostly by Shiites. They also have the support of Iraq, Iran, and Hezbollah. Russia also supports the Bashar regime due to their old connection with his father and the political friendship that they have grown. The rebel troops are many. They are mainly supported by local fighters and Turkey. The United States is also not a fan of Bashar due to his inhumane practices, opposition of the invasion of Iraq, and several other reasons. Then comes the third big party, ISIL. They are also fighting for control in this torn land. Now, let's talk about Aleppo. Aleppo is important to both the forces because it is very near the Turkish border, through which the rebels can continue to gain supplies. If the government takes Aleppo, the rebel fighters will no longer be able to receive supplies from Turkey. Aleppo did not really take part in protesting against the government in the spring of 2011. However, in July 2012, rebel fighters started coming into Aleppo and a terrible war ensued. In February 2016, many years later, the government has started to make a huge effort to regain Aleppo, the result of which has caused tremendous casualties. War is very real and has real casualties. Do not let the cries of the Syrian people get muffled. Make your social media profile red. Take part in the political process in helping the situation. Donate to charities like Islamic Relief and the Red Cross, which are working in these cities. And most of all, pray for Aleppo. This is not about politics. This is not about religion. This is about humanity.